Last Monday we were talking about, okay, so what does a company like Apple, Uniqlo set aside from the pack? And basically, if you would compare marketing, branding, sales with the computers. You have this OC layer system, right? So you have everything. You have the hardware layer, you have the control layer, you have the software layer.
Are you talking about 7 layers?
Yeah. So that is basically, if you would compare that with all your marketing and sales, your operations, then you have your brand, then you have your marketing, and then you have your sales. There are different layers, and your most fundamental layer is your brand. Basically, that's who you are. Then your marketing is actually helping you to generate sales, but your marketing is more, okay, how are you translating your brand into a into a strategy that will not only say something who you are, but actually how you do it. So that defines your product, defines your pricing, it defines your distribution strategy, it defines your sales channels. That is your marketing strategy. And then you have your sales. Basically, if that works well, if your brand is strong, if your marketing strategy is coherent, if it has all these elements well organized, then people will be interested in, and the people that you're targeting for will be interested in actually buying your services or your products. Then basically you need the salespeople to actually pull them in, wheel them in. So that is basically the way that companies use their branding, their marketing, and their sales to generate revenue.
By the way, I still not clear. Company sales marketing people, how they're going to consider for branding and marketing? How they're going to recognize each other?
Well, basically everything should...
No, okay, just let me try to clarify. Are they going to do something for branding, or they just only focus on marketing?
They're also doing things for branding, of course.
Really?
Yes.
What? Okay, branding, marketing effort. Branding effort, what they're going to do rather than marketing?
Branding is, okay, you're going to basically define, okay, what product specifications, what kind of product am I going to produce, at which price level do I want to sell it? So looking very specifically at your target audience, what kind of price are people willing to pay for our services, for our products? And then what kind of features are important to my clients? So you need to know your clients very, very well in order to know exactly what will be attractive to them, or to actually foresee what will be attractive to them, what appeals to them. So you need to know your clients. Then you need to know, okay, where are my clients? So how do I need to distribute my goods? Can it be sufficient to just sell them over the internet, or do I need to have a physical network to do that? You need to distinguish. Okay, how can I make it unique? Like, for example, Uniqlo decided to open up shops at airports, in railway stations. That's a unique distribution strategy that will be appealing to people who actually are looking for convenience. They are looking to conveniently buy something on the road. So you're flying out of the country. Oh, you need a little underwear or whatever. Oh, I will pick it up when I'm on the airport. That's convenience. That is something very specific to Uniqlo, that they decided, okay, I want to do this. So, but everything that is underlying that is the brand. Basically, the brand will make sure that if you are creating a range of products, like, for example, Nike shoes and Nike jackets and Nike trousers, Nike apparel, they whenever new Nike goods comes out, people are more interested. They say, "Oh, it's Nike." Then they look twice. Why? Because they trust the brand Nike. So they give them the second chance. They keep their attention. So you need to maintain that brand. Everything that you do needs to kind of like fit into your brand image, and you support that with advertisement. You support that with PR activities, with events that you organize to basically support your brand. So brand messaging is more about sponsorship. It's more about television advertisement. Television advertisement doesn't immediately translate to additional sales, but it does build a brand. So it builds an interest, it creates an awareness among people that once they are exposed to products of that brand, they will have a click and say, oh, I know this brand, I heard about this brand, and they will be more easily inclined to trust that brand if they have the right messaging. If the brand tells them who they are and that is appealing to this person, then if the branding done well, they will be inclined and more interested than without branding.
What is different from marketing?
Marketing
Looks like what you're talking about, marketing.
No, that's the second step. Marketing is built on top of branding.
Oh, built on top of brand.
Yes.
What the difference is?
So it's very simple. Basically, who you are and how you're going to do it. So who you are is branding, and how you're doing it is marketing.
Looks similar.
Well, it's the same person, but
Who you are and how you are.
yeah, and how you're going to do it.
How you going to do it?
Yes.
Similar.
No.
Okay, who you are. Well, let me try to tell you how I am.
Yeah.
Huh? What's different?
No. Okay. So basically, who you are, it makes a big difference if you are a crocodile or if you are a rabbit, in terms of how you're going to find your food, right? Because they have a different diet, they live in different areas, they are completely different. So who you are defines how you're going to do it. So if branding done right, and this is a very extreme example, but if done right, branding will really have a big impact on how you're going to do your marketing, because branding defines who you are and who you are aiming to get as your customers.
Last week we discussed about how long does it take to build in branding, right? And that time, I presume 5 to 10 years, or some cases, Mac maybe takes 2 decades. So many years to building a brand.
It's very difficult, actually.
Right?
Yeah.
So versus marketing is not like that. So how come branding takes so many years?
Well, branding is very strategic. Marketing is more tactical.
It's like a company strategy. Many Japanese company only focus on next 3 years, and so-called they don't have a strategy. Basically, we need to consider for next 5 years, next 10 years, what you're going to do. This is a very important focus on long-standing, target.
I think that most people understand that. Most leaders in Japan understand that they need to think 10 years ahead.
Really?
But the question is more, okay, how are you going to do it? Because if you want to do this, if you really want to think 10 years ahead, you need to be able to align your business and let everybody focus in the same direction, and follow through on a path that you choose to take. So actually, to maintain a brand requires very strong leadership.
I think big Titan, American company, Google, Amazon, Facebook, I don't know, they recognize that sort of thing, but they might have a long-range strategy with branding.
Yes.
But Japanese company, they don't thinking about next 5 years. Okay, they just watching for this next 3 months to get how to get a profit.